in such arguments. But yesterday, there was a meeting by, should I say, Secretary General or removed Secretary General of ODM, Edwin Sifuna. For certainty, he's the Senator of Nairobi. There was a meeting in Kitangela. Seth Olale was there. And towards the end, or rather, the end was facilitated by some chaos. Seth, good morning. It's good to have you speaking to us. Perhaps you can tell us what exactly did you see that led to the disruption of that meeting, Seth?
Good morning, Sam Gituku and your panel. Yesterday, it was around 4:15 p.m. when former Makadara MP Ruben Dolo was just now addressing the crowd. Remember that Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary General, was giving each and every speaker about just 3 minutes to greet the crowd. So it was about that time when all of a sudden the crowd started being uneasy, and now people started running away, helter-skelter. And then we were keen to observe that there was some sort of a Uhuru bag, a shopping bag that had smoke coming from it. And then all of a sudden we had shots were fired, but this time a second tear gas canister was lobbed, and now it became now very chaotic. Now people started running away. Edwin Sifuna was still on top of his car, and he started saying that, why are you spoiling our meeting? We've come here in peace, but why are you interfering with our meeting? And then we also had a third shot. So at that particular moment now, some other people had fell down, others were running away. And then there was this police car, a Land Cruiser, that was just a few meters from where Edwin Sifuna was addressing the masses. So this particular police car started reversing, and a section of the crowd, majorly young people, now took stones and started hurling it, advancing towards it. And so at that particular moment, it was now very, very chaotic. Nice. And the motorcade started moving towards the Mlolongo direction. Remember that it had come from Kisaju on your way to the Nairobi Kenya-Namanga border. At the Namanga border, at the Kenya-Tanzanian border at Namanga. So now they were moving towards Lolongo. So that is what happened, leaving that particular planned rally premature.
So, Seth, let's understand this, the series of events. So first, it was a tear gas canister? Or what started?
Yes, it was a tear gas canister. But remember that this canister was not lobbed, like fired at the crowd. Yeah. It appears that it was systematically dislodged and just placed in the middle of the crowd, just a few meters, about 5 meters from where the main speakers were, the likes of Edwin Sifuna. Yep. So it started, smoke started coming out of it, but there was no shot that was lobbed from the canister. But the second one, it was a very loud. You see how the tear gas canister is lobbed from the firearm. So the second one was very, very loud. Yeah. But the initial one, it was people just started seeing smoke coming out, from the ground, because it appears that someone just came to the crowd and just dropped it, and then smoke started emanating, and now leaving people to, start now moving away from it, suspecting that maybe it could be a very dangerous device.
And is there any explanation from the police officers? Was this an accident or it was intended?
Well, we followed up, and also remember some that Edwin Sifuna had initially stated that there were plans to disrupt the Kitangela rally. He said this at St. Peter's ACK in Alkoju, that is Kisaju, Kajiado County, when they had that particular church service in the morning. He said that he is aware that there are plans to disrupt the rally in Kitangela, and that already a separate venue where they intended to have that particular gathering. Already overnight, goons had been sent to destroy the dais and also to damage part of the public address system. So this is what now led, according to Sifuna, this is now what made them have option B, that is, have a roadside rally at the heart of Kitangela town. Now, regarding what the police or authorities are saying, later on we followed up together with my colleague Robert Masai, who is based in Kajiado County, to try and even just get, in terms of data, persons injured, there any casualty, and so at that particular time there was no answer from the authorities there. They were just saying that they are also processing the incident and that they will get back to us.
All right. Thank you so much, Seth Olale, for speaking to us about what you witnessed at the Kitangela meeting of the Edwin Sifuna-led faction of the ODM. Fred, I don't know how you're reading this event, and of course, there's been a lot of talk about the significance of that meeting, but also that ugly end, because I don't think that belongs to our politics today.
Thank you, Sam. First of all, I must condemn any form of political violence, whether it is to our competitors, to our party members. It is unfortunate, Sam, that in this time and age, we can still witness violence in political rallies. And that is something that we must say it as it is. It is wrong. I have followed keenly what your reporter, Seth Olale, is saying. And he says that from what they know, that tear gas did not come from a short range, but it was from some Uhuru bag within the crowd. I think that in itself should give the police an opportunity to try and investigate what really happened, who fired the canister, and what was the motive, because it is wrong, it is not right. Number two, you have asked about a question that there have been talks about this. I would have really wanted this meeting, like many other Kenyans, to go ahead so that Sifuna and team speak to the people and they tell them exactly what they want, what they are offering, and why they are offering, and to who they are offering it to. It would have been an opportunity for the Kenyans who were there and watching to know exactly. Unfortunately, it was deflated. I also saw they were a bit struggling with their PA address system, and the speakers were also a bit in a hurry, I'm not sure, because they would have gotten that opportunity to actually give us policy issues on whatever they will stand for. So to this end, we don't know what they stand for. But some ODM house seemingly is on fire. And we can now see who are the political arsonists. Because we knew that now that Raila Amolo Odinga is no more, we knew that we would see certain things. We knew that there will be that, internal fight, sibling rivalry. But we never knew that it will come from the very people that had got the sacred duty of guarding the gates of the movement and protecting the party. And those who took oath of office to ensure that they believe, I mean, they abide by the ideals of the party and protect the interests of the party. We never knew that. The former SG, Edwin Sifuna.
Why do you say former?
Because the party structures told us that they have suspended him.
But that decision has been stopped.
Okay, by the political party. That's true.
Yeah.
And I can say that, let me use the word embattled SG.
Okay.
Because that is the truth.
It is.
The embattled SG has told the people of Kenya more than once in these very studios and others, and he has spoken so many things against the same party that he has been leading, against the same party that he believes in, against the same party that is claiming to be the SG. And he has told people very many things about how he's being kicked out, about how he's being fought because he says Ruto must go. I don't believe so. If you remember...
So why is he being fought, in your opinion?
If you remember, in my opinion, Edwin Sifuna has always said some things. He has said that the party is now being auctioned.
Is it?
That's what he has said. I don't believe so. I think the party made a decision that because the party has been on the streets for a very long time, for 20 years, struggling to get power, it is only fair to change tactic and find partners that they can make the party into power. The constitution of ODM that you're holding there, Sam, says that the party leader shall lead the party into government. It also says that the party shall campaign into the formation of a government, not formation of an opposition outfit. ODM has been known as an outfit in the opposition for quite some time. Why is it that when the time comes...
Fred?
I don't remember, but you can check under the party leader, I think Article 16, check Article 20, you can see that.
20 is about the Secretary General.
Yes, 16, the party leader, I think.
I'll check. So this is 16, says the party leader shall provide leadership and vision to the party, promote cohesion and integration of all party members, articulate and implement the party's objects and aspirations and strategies, champion the party's campaign to form government. Facilitate the amicable resolution of disputes through mechanisms of alternative dispute resolution. So has that happened for us?
Now, some
dispute resolution.
Honorable Ososi,
yes,
twice, yesterday and in their press conference, came to the public and told the public that they were invited for a meeting in the house of the treasurer's house. And he went with Sifuna, and Oburu was there, and others. That meeting, I want to believe, was meant to try and talk things out. Okay. Unfortunately, it tells us that things did not go the way they wanted.
At somebody's house.
I think...
You resolve disputes at somebody's house?
I am saying...
But that's what the party was.
There was a meeting to try and talk things out.
At the treasurer's house?
That is an attempt.
At the treasurer's house, that's what I'm saying.
Politics, you can do politics anywhere, Sam. You don't need to do them under a tree or in a building, but you can do them anywhere. Okay. And I think that was a good attempt. But let me say this. I think the honorable thing to do is to follow a path that is reconciliatory. Because Dr. Buru Odinga, at his age, with his wisdom, he wouldn't want to see this thing happening. For us who are members of the party, we don't want to see division because we want this party to progress. So when you see some of these things,
before you take a break,
worried.
Fred, you're telling me this is the constitution of ODM.
Yes, that it is.
When did you start using it?
That constitution is in operation. It was, if you read the first page, just go to the first page.
It is amended and adopted by the National Governing Council.
Exactly, on 18th of April 2024. That is the constitution that is on operation.
But how can you use a constitution that has not been endorsed by the National Delegates Convention?
Maybe it will be endorsed.
Maybe, so you cannot use it.
Maybe it will be endorsed. But it's the constitution that, as far as we are aware, is in operation.
Can I read for you Article 89, which is on amendment of the constitution? And it's the same document you've given me.
Yes, go ahead.
It says that the National Executive Committee may propose or receive proposals from any member of the party for amendments or review of the entire constitution, which proposals shall be presented for approval by at least 2/3 of members present at the National Delegates Convention.
Correct.
So you cannot use a constitution until it's approved by the NDC, isn't it?
That constitution was already endorsed by one of the structures of the party.
NGC, not NDC.
And it will be taken to the people.
When?
When that NDC happens.
So there's an
I believe so.
There's an announcement that will happen
so.
on 27th of March 2026. NDC, National Delegates Convention, right?
Yes.
I bet the Constitution should operate after that day if it's approved, isn't it? You cannot use it now.
You see, that Constitution is not very different from what was there before. What I'm trying to explain to you, Sam,
but
is
this is what you use it.
What I'm trying to explain to you, Sam, is that there are certain provisions of that Constitution that have been followed because that is what it is, even in the old one. But the issue at hand is the conduct
so the question
of
I'm asking
people
you, Fred,
that
I think we're not understanding each other.
Protect the party.
If you say, if your defense is that you're using the constitution of the party to come up with the decisions that Sifuna is opposed to, but the constitution has not been approved by an organ.
No.
On what basis then is Sifuna personally existing?
If he was part of that...
He was not elected in 2024.
It is from the same structure.
Is there anyone who has been elected on that?
Sifuna has been appointed in 2018.
Yes.
Okay, he was appointed in 2018. He's not elected.
Not under this constitution.
It doesn't matter. But he was appointed by the same structures of the party.
The very structures. And by the way, the leadership of ODM, show me any of them who was elected. I've seen people coming here saying, we were elected. Elected by who? Show me. So most of those people are holding those offices in trust, and they were appointees.
Whose trust?
The members of the party.
Members of the party. Elected them. I mean, surely.
Members of the party.
What do I say?
They believe that these are the people that can steer our party forward. If there is any election to happen, it must happen at the NDC.
Okay.
Why are people running away from this NDC? They have dared the party leader. Let them go to the NDC and let's see where the people belong, who the people want. That is a fair contest.
Okay.
Instead of going to the market and despairing the party in the market. That is wrong.
Let's do this, Fred. Let's take a short break. When you come back, I'll hear from Nelson Koech as well as Mheshimiwa Kagusha here, because ODM is appearing to be hot orange. Let's take a break. We're back in a moment.